My name is Ron McKay. I live in Elk Point, South Dakota. I've been an NCBA member for 25 years probably. My entry in the NCBA 2019 Cowboy Poetry Contest. I'd like to tell you all a story from mid-1965. I was in the mountains punching cows at the Circle Y for a fellow named Harmon, a rancher through and through. He was owner of the Circle Y and a heck of a buckaroo. The foreman was a guy named Ray, the grumpiest man alive. He would fire me several times a day and hire me back to 5. There was Charlie, just a handyman working there part-time. He mostly dug around for gold in those old abandoned mines. Old Charlie had been a boxer once, had cauliflower ears. Ray said that he was punched on from getting beat on through the years. I was in a line shack at a place called Barrel Springs up in the summer country down the highway from Crown King. That shack that I was living in was really old and rough. The roof leaked every time it rained. Of course, it didn't rain that much. But the beds were set in coffee cans filled with water from the trough to keep the snakes and scorpions and other critters off. It wasn't fit for man nor beast, but it didn't bother me because, by God, I was a cowboy, and that's what I was meant to be. But this permit had a problem, see. You couldn't stay till fall because the springs would go to drying up when the grass was still this tall, and you'd have to move the cattle or haul water every day from the main ranch down to Cleator, and that was 13 miles away. But the boss and Ray got talking to some geezer that they knew who said the CCC dug a well out there in 1932. So the old man drew a map for him as best as he could tell, and the boss told Ray, catch up the boys and find that doggone well. Well, they loaded up the pickup with some shovels, picks and things, stopped at Cordes for some groceries, and drove up to Barrel Springs. When they got there, old Ray fired me. But he hired me back again. Said, your guess as good as mine is, kid. Just stick your shovel in. But old Charlie found a willow clump, cut out a forked twig. Said, boys, I'm going to witch this well and show you where to dig. Well, Ray starts mocking Charlie. He's a laughing hard as hell, and he says, Charlie, I will kiss your butt if you can find that well. Charlie didn't say a thing, just started walking around and holding that old willow twig out there across the ground, and then he stopped, moved to the left, back a foot or two, and that willow twig starts bending down. Now, I swear to God, this is true. Old Charlie knelt down in the dirt, drew out a big old X. You'll find the water here, he said, in 7 feet or less. Well, Ray said, Charlie, you're a fool, but I don't really care where we start out digging, so it might as well be there. So we dug a hole 6 feet across and almost 4 foot down when Ray's shovel hit the bedrock. Well, he threw it on the ground and he said, Charlie, you're an idiot. We've wasted half the day. Hell, I'm the fool for listening to a thing you had to say. Charlie didn't say a word. Just dug a little more till he found this hole carved in the rock about 4 foot before. Well, a 4-foot hole's a one-man job, so the digging fell to me. I hit mud in 2 more feet. Live water right at 3. Well, we'd been digging half the day, and it was getting late, so we packed up all the shovels, went back to the shack and ate, and after supper, Charlie said, with a twinkle in his eye, he said, how deep do you think that water was? Well, his voice was sweet as pie about old Ray. He glared at Charlie, shot a dirty look at me, and said the water was at 7 feet, just like you said it'd be. Well, Charlie walked across the room, turned around in front of Ray, and dropped his pants. He said, oh, son, there's a bet you've got to pay. Well, I thought Ray'd get madder than heck, but instead, he starts to grin, and he says, Charlie, I still think you're nuts, but I won't doubt you again. I left the Circle Y that fall, went off to Vietnam, and I never saw those boys again. I'm sure they've all passed on, but I still recall them fondly. Funny memories from the past. But the best one is Ray grumbling. Well, he's kissing Charlie's ass. That's the way I remember.